right, it's time to bring you the evening news right here on DBS Radio. And of course, it's just about 1 minute before we bring you the evening news. Compliments of our good friends at Caribbean Alliance. Pick up that phone, give them a call. Caribbean Alliance. You can tell them DJ Halo Boy sends you, all right? It's time to bring you the evening news right now on your nation station, TBS Radio.
Fair and balanced, unbiased and clear, concise and accurate. This is the DBS Evening News. Here now is your presenter with the headlines.
In the headlines, the staff of St. Mary's Academy has confirmed that they undertook a brief period of industrial action on Monday. In news from the region, U.S. denies instructions to St. Lucia on Cuba program. And internationally, Supreme Court allows California to use a new voting map, boosting Democrats. Good evening, I am Leila Langford. Details of the news when we return.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply.
DBS News.
Welcome back. In our late story this evening, the staff of St. Mary's Academy has confirmed that they undertook a brief period of industrial action on Monday. That's in response to the continued delay in payment of salaries. A statement by staff of St. Mary's Academy notes that as of 8 a.m. February 2, salaries for the month of January has not been paid. Ivona John Baptist Luge takes a closer look at the SMA statement.
The statement said the industrial action for a brief period on Monday was to draw attention to the long-standing inequitable treatment experienced by teachers at government-assisted schools. St. Mary's Academy is one of a number of secondary schools assisting with the education of Dominica's children and is termed government-assisted, operating under the policies and oversight of the Ministry of Education. The institution relies on a monthly salary grant from the ministry, which was previously disbursed in a timely manner, allowing teachers to be paid when salaries fall due. The school said, however, since December 2018, this has ceased to be the standard practice. The principal is now routinely required to make repeated inquiries and personal visits to the Treasury, often being advised that checks are not yet prepared or remain unsigned. The statement added that the situation is not unique to SMA, but affects teachers across all assisted schools. It said persistent delays in salary payments place teachers in financial hardship as they are unable to meet the obligation in a timely manner and are often subjected to penalties. SMA said the action on February 2nd was not an isolated response, but the result of a recurring and unresolved issue. The school therefore respectfully requests equitable treatment in line with that extended to all teachers across Dominica. This includes the timely payment of salaries, prompt disbursement of any back pay when due, and consideration for reclassification on the same basis as government secondary schools. The statement from staff of SMA notes that, and I quote, "As educators of SMA, we reaffirm with pride that we consistently deliver strong academic outcomes," close quotes. DBS News will contact the Ministry of Education for a response on the SMA statement. Ivona John Baptist Luge reporting for DBS News.
Our thanks to Ivona John Baptist Luge for that report. The Ministry of Tourism has awarded an EC $1.8 million contract to ease development of Bends for the construction of a modern tourist reception facility at Champagne Beach. The contract advances a project first introduced in 2024 as part of the government's long-term program to strengthen tourism infrastructure and improve visitor services. A managing director of Ease Development, Euphus Fabian, said the company is committed to delivering a facility that reflects high standards of quality, safety, and functionality.
Honored at Easy Development to be awarded this contract to partner with the government of Dominica to bring this beautiful facility at Champagne Beach. Our aim is to bring a high quality, high standard facility where the visitor experience can be enhanced, the commercial activity will also be enhanced, and the environment, we will respect the environment, we will do right by the environment. Also, our aim at Easy Development is to finish on time or before time, because that's our motto, that any onlooker who looks at the project from beginning to end will have one thing on their lip: easy development, do it easy.
A managing director of Ease Development, Euphus Fabian. The contract stands at $1,810,688.05, with construction scheduled for completion within 8 months. The Champagne Beach development is financed under a grant agreement signed on October 10, 2023, between the CARICOM Development Fund and the Government of the Commonwealth of Dominica. In other news, an organizer of a national carnival show has expressed concerns about staging other events concurrently with established national carnival activities. Raymond Lawrence, the organizer of Miss Teen Dominica, says the organizers of new events should consider choosing a different date to avoid competing with existing standard carnival events. Lawrence made these comments during an interview on DBS Radio this morning.
Sometimes there's an event going on, and I'm a little concerned about the clash of events too. You have carnival events, like Teen, like the Queen, like the Calypso. There's some shows you can have them any time of the year. You can put them in February, you can put them in August, you can put them in... But there's some shows that are particular to Carnival. That's the time that you can have them, like the Carnival Queen, the Teen Pageant, the Princess, the Calypso. That's the appropriate time for them. And, I think whatever new events are coming in, these new events, some of them can be held any time in August, in July, and whatever. But they choose the Carnival time. But, I'm just thinking, they could... Instead of putting it the same day or afternoon of a show that has already been there for years and part of the carnival, rather than competing with that event, choose another day in the carnival where they can stage, and so they're not competing too much with other events.
Organizer of the Miss Teen Dominica, Raymond Lawrence. National Coordinator of the Dominica Gospel Festival, Gloria Joseph, has confirmed the lineup for Dominica's first ever Gospel Festival. The inaugural National Gospel Festival, themed Glory in Paradise, is scheduled for Saturday, February 28th. The event will be held at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium starting at 5 p.m. and the admission to the festival is free.
So we have from the United States of America, a name that is well known, Travis Green. And we also have Dante Bowe from the U.S. So these are two U.S. artists that will be here in Dominica. And we also have from Nigeria, Sinach and Ada Ehi. They will be here in Dominica for the gospel concert. Then from the region, we have Positive from Trinidad and Tobago. We have Carlin Davis. Blessed Messenger will be here from Trinidad and Tobago as well. In terms of our local artists, we have J. Crow, who is Calvin de Revere, Champion in God. We have Angel Joseph. We have Jerry Lloyd, Michael Farrell, Henrietta Matthew, Angel Anthony, Vessels of Honor, Kadosh dancers, Lizelle and Lamar Jeviet, and we have expressions of hymn chorale, and we also have DJ Alfie, who will be doing his DJs in between as a local artist as well.
National Coordinator of the Dominica Gospel Festival, Gloria Joseph, speaking on Talking Tourism on DBS Radio this morning. The Saddam Calypso Tent will stage its Celebrity Meets Calypso Tent this evening. Executive member of the Saddam Calypso Tent is Christopher Dangaban.
Well, tonight is the night. The Saddam Calypso Tent will be hosting its annual Celebrities Meet Calypso. This year we have a star-studded lineup, 13 individuals, 13 persons that we've scrutinized, we've looked at them throughout the year. We realize that these individuals are persons that young people could emulate. Young people need role models in our society, and so we have specifically chosen these to take part in the Celebrity Meets Calypso. We have 13 individuals. You would have seen them on the various posters that has been circulating. We have persons like Jody Dublin Dangleben. We have Brenton Hillier, J.L. Joseph, Marie Pascal, James Gregoire, Anthony Scotland, Israel Fontaine, Tyrell Alexander. And returning this year, we have Michael Ferrell, Jacinta Figandifo. We have a very special guest who should be making an appearance tonight. I cannot reveal, but it is left to be seen as to who this special guest is going to be. But your guess is as good as mine. The place that you got to be is at the factory this Wednesday evening from 8:30 p.m. Come one, come all. You can't afford to miss it.
Executive member of the Saddam Calypso Tent, Christopher Dangaban. DBS Radio will bring you live coverage of the event. President of the UWP, Claudius Stanford, says the UWP will ensure there is a fixed date for general elections and a term limit for the Prime Minister if the party wins the next general elections. Stanford told the Grand Four rally on Sunday public officers will be allowed to contest general elections without fear of losing their jobs.
Too many of our young people and our qualified people are afraid to step forward in our political system in Dominica. Tonight I want to say to you and to the rest of Dominica that a United Workers' Party government, after any other election that is called in Dominica, will ensure that if you are a public servant and you participate in the election, whether you're from the Labour Party side, the UPP side, Freedom or United Workers' Party, and you were not successful, we will give you back your job in the public service. We make that solemn pledge to you tonight because we need the bright men and women of Dominica to step forward to help build our country. We have to embrace every Dominican, no matter what political color you have. We also pledge tonight that we will ensure that there is a fixed day for election in Dominica. We as a people should know when will be election so we can be prepared and do what it is to give every political party a fair chance at an election. So we shall do that, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, we will ensure that there are only 2 terms for any Prime Minister.
President of the UWP, Claudius Stanford. That's the national focus, regional and international developments up next.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply.
DBS News.
In news from the region, the United States says it has not recently held discussions with St. Lucia on international education, including arrangements involving Cuba. In a statement posted on social media, the U.S. government said it respects the decisions of countries regarding the education of their citizens. It added that it continues to call for an end to what it describes as exploitation and forced labor linked to Cuba's overseas medical missions program. The statement followed public concern after comments by St. Lucia Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, who said Washington had instructed his government to discontinue sending students to Cuba to study medicine. And internationally, the U.S. Supreme Court has cleared the way for California to use a new voting map that favors Democrats, paving the way for the party to gain up to 5 congressional seats this year. The unsigned order from the court did not give a reason for the decision. Californians approved changing the state's voting districts last year in a referendum with the aim of canceling gains made by Republicans through a redrawn map in Texas. Each district sends a lawmaker to the U.S. House. That's news, the DBS Evening Sports Report. Up next with Gavin Richards.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Well, good evening. I'm Gavin Richards of the DBS Evening Sports Report. Let's kick off with football news. As the marketing manager at the National Bank of Dominica, Michelle Joseph, says the bank continues to value its partnership with the sports division towards football development on the island. Well, her comments at the opening of the NBD Sports Division Primary Schools football competition this morning. 42 schools across Dominica are taking part in the tournament. The NBD marketing manager says the bank sees this as more than just sponsorship.
This partnership is more than just sponsorship. It represents a shared belief that investing in our youth is investing in the future of Dominica. Over the past 16 years, NBD has proudly contributed over $250,000 to this championship, not simply to fund a competition, but to help create opportunities, build confidence, and nurture talent that is across our communities. Year after year, this championship has proven to be a powerful platform for young footballers. Many of today's national players once stood on fields just like this, wearing their school colors, learning teamwork, discipline, and resilience. That is the true value of this initiative. It shapes not only athletes, but well-rounded individuals. At NBD, our commitment to youth and community development is deeply rooted in our values and reinforced through our environmental, social, and governance, or ESG, commitments. We believe that sport has the power to inspire positive changes, promote healthy lifestyles, and strengthen community bonds. And supporting this championship is one of the many ways we live out that commitment.
And as the marketing manager at the National Bank of Dominica, Michelle Joseph, the NBD made a donation of $15,000. Meantime, sports coordinator Trevor Shillingford says that the sports division will be forever grateful to the NBD for their support over the years.
Our approach to the National Bank of Dominica was met with an instant positive response. And the National Bank has been with us from 2010 to this present period. We thank the National Bank of Dominica for its continued investment in the youth of Dominica through the sponsorship of this championship. What has initially started as a sponsorship has developed into a relationship. And together with the sports division, in the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, and the National Bank, we are shaping lives through the sport of football. This championship provides the first opportunity at competitive football to the majority of our students. It is here they celebrate that first victory. It is here that they celebrate that first goal. It is here that they celebrate that first championship trophy.
And that's sports coordinator Trevor Shillingford. Meantime, the St. Mary's Primary, the SMP, topped the Valley Central Zone this afternoon with 9 points, winning all 3 of their matches played. SMP student Omar Grell was the top goal scorer with 5 goals. The Rosa Primary School, they placed second, Goodwill Primary School third, and the Convent Prep fourth. The games will continue tomorrow in the Southwest Zone at Newtown and the Northeast Zone in Portsmouth. Let's bring you some more news from the schools because the West Indies under-19 batsman Usinio Fontaine got the first century in the Sports Division Secondary Schools under-20 cricket tournament as he helped the Dominica State College to a victory over the Castlebrew Secondary School at the Jolly Johns as that competition continued today. While national under-19 fast bowler Kester Lestrade, he got a 5-wicket haul as the Dominica State College bowled out the Castlebrew Secondary School for just 104 runs. Kester Lestrade, he took 5 for 19. Rosinio Fontaine, 2 for 21. Cassidy Larrock, 1 for 27. The Dominica State College, in their turn, declared at 161 for 5. Rosinio Fontaine, he hit 102. McKelly Bernard made 29. Dylan Joseph, he took 3 for 38 for the Castlebrew Secondary School. And the CBSS, in their second turn at the crease, declared at 155 for 5. We had Kenneth Valmont, top scorer in 45, and Jeremiah Thomas getting 32. Rosinio Fontaine amongst the wickets again. He picked up 2 for 36. Cassidy Larrock, 2 for 13 for the State College. Chasing just 100 to win, the college got 102 for 4. Rosinio Fontaine made 74 not out. And Vince Darrow, he took 2 for 13 for the Castlebrew Secondary School. So the Dominica State College won that game by 6 wickets. Meantime, in schools volleyball this afternoon, the Castlebrew Secondary School girls scored a straight sets win over the Portsmouth Secondary School, and the Convent High School A team defeated the Convent High School B team 3-1. There's also netball today with the Northeast Comprehensive A team hammering the Castlebrew Secondary School 33-3 in the under 16 division. Ronika Edwards, she made a 17 out of her 24 attempts for the Northeast Comprehensive School. Let's go back to some cricket news. Matthew Ford got an unbeaten half-century, but his efforts were not nearly enough as the West Indies crashed to a 23-run defeat to Afghanistan in their only T20 warm-up match ahead of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup this morning. Afghanistan made 182 for 6 in 20 overs. Ibrahim Zadran, he got 51 before he retired out. Gudakesh Moti, he picked up 1 for 29, and we had Ruston Chase getting 1 for 18 for the West Indies. The West Indies chasing 183 could only get 159 for 7 in their 20 overs. Matthew Ford, he got a 52 not out from 28 balls. Rodman Powell added 32, and Jason Holder a 25 not out. The West Indies lost by 23 runs. We had Mujib Ur Rahman getting 2 for 19 for Afghanistan. So the West Indies, of course, they will begin their campaign in the World Cup on Saturday. That's when they take on Scotland in their first match. Staying with cricket news, West Indies under-19 head coach Rohan Nurse says he's disappointed in the showing at the under-19 Cricket World Cup. Well, the West Indies under-19 team, they reached the Super 6 stage of the competition. Nurse says that the team did not play its best cricket at the tournament.
Ultimately, I think there is a little tinge of disappointment knowing we would have had our stated goals and we fell short in that regard. Probably struggled a little bit to find the level of consistency of performance you need in a tournament of such. But be that as it may, we did see very good performances throughout the tournament, individually and as well as a team. And we also discussed that we ultimately didn't think that we would have played our best cricket, have been able to put together our best cricket based on what would have transpired leading up to the World Cup in the 2 previous series. But It was a very good opportunity, good exposure for the players, different environment, different conditions, and the nature of a World Cup is quite different to that of a series. And for them to have that understanding and exposure is really great for their future endeavors.
And that's the West Indies Under-19 head coach Rohan Nurse. Well, the Under-19 World Cup winners will be decided on Friday with England taking on India in the finals, but the West Indies crashing out in the Super 6 stage of the competition. Let's go to football news now. National Under-17 footballer Peyton James believes that Dominica has the potential to do well in the CONCACAF Under-17 qualifiers, which will kick off tomorrow in Panama. James is one of 3 overseas-based players on the team. James, who plays for the Major League Soccer side Houston Dynamo in the United States, says it's an honor and privilege to represent Dominica.
Well, for me, I'm very excited for this opportunity, of course, because it's World Cup qualifiers and you can't really take that for granted. But I'm really excited going into the first game, playing against Panama, because they're probably one of the strongest teams in the group. So I have a good feeling that if we can do well against them, they're going to have a good chance to go to Qatar if we win this game.
All right, so an opportunity to go to Qatar on the line. So let's talk to me also about the preparations of the team. I know you only joined them recently, but based on what you've seen so far in the few training sessions, what impresses you the most about the team?
I feel like something that impressed me the most about the team is like the strength that we have together. I feel like we can gel together and we can work together as a good, like we can be a good team because we've been training, we've been doing film sessions, and I feel like we have everything it takes to go and qualify. I feel like that's something that's really good, how we can work together as a team.
All right, and playing for Houston Dynamo in the United States, what do you think that experience is going to help you, for the national 17 team?
I feel like the experience playing in America is that I can fly around and go and play against any other teams in league games. So I have experience going on trips and stuff. So I feel like I'll be used to like going out and playing in different areas. And another thing that I feel like it helps is just the quality. Like a lot of times in the U.S., it's games every week, tournaments every month, and there's a lot of games. So I feel like I'll be match ready and match fit and ready to play in the game.
And that's the national under-17 footballer Peyton James. Well, Dominica has been grouped with Anguilla, Nicaragua and Panama for the tournament. Dominica will play Panama in their first match tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. The rest of the national under-17 team is goalkeepers Aidan Burton, Decorai Alexander and Edric Augustine. Defenders Isaf Banis, Elon Pascal, Kujwan Harris, Javon Hamilton and Mehdi Zamor. Midfielders Caleb Danglebend, Kalik Privo, Shea Etienne, Dwight Walsh, Owen Oscar, Peyton James, Jayan Lockhart, Mario Lewis, Shukwan Gustav and Niran Ibrahim, and the forwards Jamal Alexis, Roxon Kopel and Taron George. The national under-17 team is being coached by the former national player Euclid Bertrand. Some track and field news now. The Dominica Athletics Association has launched a new initiative which will facilitate Dominicans wishing to travel to Grenada for the 2026 Carifta Games. The Carifta Games, the biggest regional track and field event, will take place over the Easter weekend. So far, 4 athletes have qualified for the Games, which will be held on Easter weekend. The president of the Dominica Athletics Association, Brendan Williams, is urging the public to take advantage of the opportunity to come out and support the Dominica team in Grenada.
This year, the Dominica Athletics Association is creating a supporters package so that family, friends, and well-wishers of Team Dominica will be able to accompany the team down at the Carifta Games to be held in Grenada from the 2nd of April to the 7th. This supporter package will allow our supporters to come down with the team and be present live and live in color in the Kirani James Stadium. This will be at a cost of $900 and it will cover airfare to and from Grenada as well as tickets for entry into the stadium. Supporters would be able to get their own accommodation, but will provide recommendations for accommodation which would be close to the stadium. Additionally, there would be payment plans for anyone interested in being part of that delegation. Anyone who is interested can contact the Dominica Athletics Association via email, and that is at dma@mf.worldathletics.org, or they could WhatsApp 767-276-0663.
And that's President of the Dominica Athletics Association, Brendan Williams. We'll end with a football item as the national footballer Brielle Thomas has embraced his new role on the senior men's national football team and says he's looking forward to playing whatever role is required of him. The former DFA Footballer of the Year and stalwart in the midfield is being asked to drop back into defense in the new system being deployed by the interim head coach, Kurt Hurd. Thomas says practice has gone well so far and the guys are getting set for the CONCACAF friendly series.
Training been going good so far, I can't complain. I mean, plenty details in training. We just have to go on with it. I mean, it's taking a toll on the body, but that is what pre-season about, and we're just here to learn and adapt to the coach playing style.
Yes, let's talk about the coach playing style. I mean, you would have worked under Coach Latrue and the coach Sabin as well. Now, Coach Hurd. Main differences in playing style, what do you think there?
Well, I wouldn't say for every coach have a different playing style in terms of where you want to win the ball and how you want to play when you win the ball. So for some of the players, it's a new thing. But for me in Trinidad, I mean, I went through those things already in the past, so it's easy to adapt to the coach playing style. It's just us as a team to be able to gel and get going.
All right, Brielle, you would have made some big changes. Normally you'll be referred to as the midfield general in the Dominica's football setup. Now you're being asked to sort of play a new role. I mean, how has that been for you so far?
Well, midfielder doing everything. A midfielder is a striker. A midfielder is a defender. So it's something I thought about since before the coach came. And no. But the past coach, I did talk to him about it, and I felt like we lacked defenders, so it's just putting the fellas ahead, and we have many talented midfielders, so right now is their time to shine and just here to guide them.
All right, so what would be your message to the team as we continue preparations for the tournament in March? What do you want to say to them before you go?
Well, I just want to say, guys, make sure you focus and make sure you remember what the coach has to offer, what we have to offer as well as players. I mean, when it comes down to the training, everything, as I say, is very detailed. So we just have to remain concentrated and focus on the training, that is all.
And that's a national footballer, Brielle Thomas, taking us to the end of the DBS Evening Sports Report. Of course, I'll be back in just about 30 minutes' time with the off-the-field program with Delvin Esprit. But you've been listening you've been listening to the DBS Evening News. And of course, you heard the news earlier on with Leila Langford. On behalf of the entire News and Sports Department, our links person, DJ Hillowboy, Garvin Richards saying good evening.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
DBS Radio gives you top quality service over any other for live streaming of funerals. Call us today at 448-3282.
Good evening and welcome to the evening edition of the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. It is the 4th day of February 2026. We begin with this evening's edition of the DBS Radio Death Announcements. We announce the death of Simpson Gerald Gregoire, better known as Cizo. He was the husband of Nina Bertrand Gregoire. He was the father of Bert Big Ben Gregoire, Jared Gregoire, Nadine Gregoire, Simpson Gregoire, and Brendan Gregoire. He will also be remembered by his daughters-in-law, Lisa Gregoire and England Gregoire, his grandchildren, Tyler, Michaela, Cordell, Andre Gregoire, sisters, Lorraine, Pepe,